we start the Balthazar fight by doing a little bit of cheesing by arranging the skeletons in a way that we want to start the fight. You can left click the skeleton piles and move them wherever you want. I move them all to that little corner of the arena there, and then you can either try and blow them off the platform with Thunder Wave or with Arrow of Roaring Thunder, or you can use an AoE spell to try and take them all out. I will be using Ice Storm, and that in conjunction with Call of the Week pretty much kills almost everything all at once. Now, I'm not as thorough as some people. I've seen some videos where people take all of the piles of bones and move them over there, and then they can put a chest in front of it so that all of the skeletons are basically grouped right on top of each other. And that makes it even easier for you to, in theory, knock them all off. Again, I don't want to risk being seen on honor mode, so I just get all the ones that I think are available. Maybe it is possible and not as hard as I believe, but I just want to make sure that we're not spotted before I want to be. The other part of this preparation is pickpocketing Balthazar himself. He has a potion of speed, which we will use on his first turn, giving him an extra action, and pickpocketing that before the battle starts will remove it from this fight entirely. I don't do it here. I have actually done it in his chamber in the Temple of Shar beforehand, so you can do it there or you can do it here. I show you his open inventory just to prove that. And I know that this is all very cheesy, but trying to fight all of these skeletons traditionally can be quite difficult. The skeletons have a decent amount of health. Balthazar himself casts high level spells, though he can be negated with counterspell most of the time. It's the other skeleton mages that usually give me a hard time. A lot of them like to cast blind annoyingly. And again, it's just the action economy working against you. But if you do follow this method, it's just as straightforward as any other fight in this game. You simply clean up the ads and then control the spellcaster, and that's about it. Balthazar himself loves to cast Cloud Kill. He loves to cast Ray of Sickness to an annoying degree. It always seems to hit, and for quite a bit. He has an additional necrotic damage modifier to all of his attacks. And on Honor Mode, he has an ability called the Dead Wastes, where he can open a rift on a corpse, and if an undead is standing in it, they can recover 46 hit points, but if a non-undead is standing in it, they'll take 46 necrotic damage. And I don't ever seem to have a problem with this legendary action coming into play. It only affects his minions. It doesn't seem to affect himself. And if you've already taken out almost all of his minions at the beginning of the game, then you don't even have to worry about it. His other ability is called Spectral Aspect. So when he's hit, he can become resistant to acid, fire, lightning, thunder, and become immune to cold and necrotic. He'll gain the ability to fly, and then he basically can't be CC'd in any way. And if you strike him, you'll get Bone Chill as well, so you can't heal. This is another ability that just isn't all that threatening since he has so little health. I don't really ever feel the need to work around it. I just blitz him as soon as I'm done taking out most of his minions. And that's the fight, really. So I do recommend trying to move the piles of bones around if you're going to attempt this on honor mode, especially if it's your first time. I've done this before traditionally, and it's not fun, to say the least, but it is doable, especially since if you're like me, you're level 8 by now. We're trying to get to level 9 by the time we fight Ketheric the first time. And you have a bludgeoning weapon, which is solid against undead minions. So prepare accordingly, and cheese accordingly, and you'll be fine. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.